Congressman Roemer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to return to Flight 93 for a moment, if I might. 93 is certainly headed toward Washington, D.C. The likely between Al-Qaeda and the terrorists from our staff statements yesterday are that the likely targets are the United States Capitol or the White House. The FAA finds out that this plane has been hijacked. It's the last of the four. And according to the staff statement today, Boston Center at about 9:16, and I think Commissioner Gorelick started to ask this question and asked it, I believe, to Mr. White. Boston Center strongly suggests or recommends that the warning be given to harden the cockpits, to try to make sure that more of these hijackings might not be able to take place if you could protect the pilots and protect the plane from being taken over. I know, Mr. White, you gave an answer to Commissioner Gorelick's question. You were on the phone, a conference call. I'd like to direct the question to Mr. Sliney. Mr. Sliney, you were on the floor, walking around, talking to people. What's your first-hand knowledge of how this was handled between 9:16, when Boston Center recommends this, and the 12 critical minutes till 9:28 when 93 is actually taken over?
I can say that I was not made aware of such a request. We had divided the responsibilities in the command center that day between the staff and the operational elements, and my instructions were to concentrate on the operational elements. As such, every individual in the operational aspect of that facility reported to me any event or information that was given to them. That information was not given to me on that day, making a recommendation to increase the security in the cockpit.
So you never heard any discussion of this potential warning on the floor at all to harden the cockpit? Where does it go then, Mr. White, from Boston, who makes this, and we have this in our staff statement, to you and to the floor?
I'm not, as I said before, I wasn't aware of the call. I would be very curious as to who Boston Center called. That would help me more if I knew who they talked to.
That we have evidence that they called Ellen King, one of the floor managers.
Well, on that day, if I may be permitted, on that day, that would have gone into my phone at my desk. I did that. Ellen King took over those duties for me on that day. A very competent individual. Where that went from there, that may have gone out of the facility at that level. In other words, those functions that the staff were handling, but did not come to the operational elements. John was in the operational aspect of that facility that day.
So when did Ellen King take over?
Take over?
You said
Yes. Earlier in the day, the facility manager, who was another individual, indicated that we should split the responsibilities this way, that I would handle the organizational elements and that she would organize the staff to handle my other duties, which included manning that desk and that telephone. Ellen King was put in that position. I had little or no contact with Ellen King nor the rest of the staff elements for the balance of that day.
So could Ellen King on her own have done one of two things with the information: not done anything, A, or B, tried to task the carriers or the regional centers to directly get the cockpits and the airlines informed that this was a danger out there in the system? We'd already have 3 hijacked airliners. Let's at least try to protect those that are still up in the air as we're trying to get them to land.
She is, as I indicated, a very competent individual. I would find it hard to believe that she did not pass that information on somewhere. It did not get passed to me as on the floor.
But there are 2 options for her to pass it on, correct?
She could go to headquarters or directly to the airlines. At that point, we're saying 9/16?
Yes.
We had initiated on the floor a conference, communication conference, that kept everyone in the nation, as far as I know, area of traffic control nation, informed of all aspects of the events then transpiring. I was not informed, and I do not know whether or not information was given on that net. There was another net I learned later that was going on. It may have been passed on that one. But I think Ellen King would be the one to ask.
I think we've had conversations with her. We certainly wanted to talk to both Mr. White and Mr. Sliney, and following up with the both of you on that as well. And we'll do more follow-up with Ellen King as well. It just seems to me that those 12 critical minutes were a real opportunity to potentially do something about that fourth flight. It was left in the courageous hands of those people to take that flight down. Thank you.